Now, I've had my Pixel 7 Pro for over 7 months now, and if I'm being honest, I have a lot of I want to get off my chest. Now, on the surface, the Pixel 7 Pro is a phone that has improved a lot since last year's 6 Pro. It has a slightly updated design, new camera features, better processor, and a battery that is even better optimized within the software. And speaking of software, this year's Pixel 7 Pro is already a major improvement since last year's 6 Pro came with a ton of bugs, glitches, and problems. And with the Pixel 7 Pro, it was able to fix most of them and is arguably the smoothest Android experience to date. And even though I've loved the experience that my Pixel has given me, there were some minor problems and mishaps in the beginning, so I can't really classify it as a perfect phone. But as of early May, it's been an absolute joy on a day-to-day basis, and hopefully this video can help you guys decide whether or not the Pixel 7 Pro is truly worth buying. Now, taking a glance at the hardware and design of the Pixel 7 Pro, while the overall look is pretty identical to last year's 6 Pro, I prefer this year's slight adjustments since it not only keeps that signature Pixel look, but the slight adjustments go a long way. The back camera has great cutouts that differentiate each camera, creating a futuristic yet simple look that still can really blend together. Besides that, everything is pretty much the same as last year, same selfie camera cutout, same polished branding, same bezels, but the only thing that's unfortunate for me about the 7 Pro is that it keeps the 6 Pro scratches. And only 2 months in, I started getting some notable scratches on my display, as well as my back camera, and again, I had the same exact problem on my 6 Pro, so hopefully Google can fix this problem in future phones. I also liked and disliked the glossy back. It looks great whenever I wipe down my phone, but when I'm using it without a case, after I'm done holding it, there are a ton of fingerprints and it ruins the whole look, making glass backs the ultimate pro and con. Now, getting back to what I love about my Pixel 7 Pro, the overall feel is something that is not only comfortable but light. The 7 Pro weighs about 212 grams, making it significantly lighter than the 14 Pro Max and Galaxy S23 Ultra, which is pretty great since I have my phone in my hand all day. I never felt like it was too heavy, and the curved edges made it even easier to hold on to the phone. Looking at the display, the Pixel 7 Pro has a 6.7-inch OLED display that has definitely had its pros and cons, but let's start with the pros first. Now, the first thing that I loved about my Pixel 7 Pro after many months of use is the screen resolution. The colors are vibrant, there's no color casting when you turn the display, and the sharpness was definitely something to write home about. The bezels are very slim, the hole punch camera takes up much less space than my 14 Pro Max, and I use swipe gestures, which gives me even more screen for watching content, playing games, and simply scrolling through my phone. The 120Hz refresh rate on my 7 Pro enhanced my already smooth software. Stock Android came in clutch to provide the ultimate experience. Scrolling through many different apps felt very clean, and before I got my S23 Ultra, the Pixel 7 Pro was my main phone when scrolling through social media. And now for the cons of the 7 Pro's display, the brightness was the first thing that came to mind. Manual brightness reaches up to 580 nits, which was extremely noticeable when using my phone outside. I could barely see whenever the sun was out, and even when I was inside, it couldn't compare to my 14 Pro Max and Pixel 7 Pro. Also, I didn't like the fact that facial recognition was below average. Using it during the day was a hit or miss since the range wasn't as broad, and the sensor completely stopped working at night, which was pretty lackluster. The fingerprint scanner was better than last year, but still pretty mid. There will be days where it was working fine, and then I will have days where it took me multiple tries to get into my phone, so overall, it's a hit or miss. Now, moving on to one of the most important pieces of hardware, the Pixel 7 Pro has a 5000 mAh battery that can really last you all day under the right circumstances. On the spec sheet, the 7 Pro is the exact same as the 6 Pro, but where it truly specializes is the battery optimization. The software and processor did a much better job since I was able to do everything from play games, watch content, check Twitter, and make phone calls while also being able to last all day. And whenever I was at work, I will be getting over 8 hours of on-screen time, and while I said the battery can last all day, again, it's only under certain conditions. If you have a Pixel 7 Pro and you know that you're going to be on it all day, the best thing to do is keep 5G on, turn off your always on display, don't play video games, use dark mode, and pretty much have power saving mode on at all times. And that's been my key to having all day battery on heavy usage. Anything below 7 to 8 hours of on-screen time, you can use your phone pretty regularly. Now, the 7 Pro supports 30 watt quote-unquote fast charging, so you'll be able to charge your phone from 0 to 100% in over an hour and a half. And now this will be a pet peeve for a lot of people, but it didn't really bother me much since I mainly charge my phone overnight or when I'm in the shower. But still, we need at least 45 watt fast charging since there's another Android competitor that pretty much offers that to 2 of its other phones. And now, before I move on to camera, I want to list some extra things that I didn't really like about my 7 Pro so that it can help you guys decide whether or not you can live with the cons. And the first con is low speakers. Now whenever I'm at work and I'm trying to show my homie something, even when I turn the volume all the way up, it still lags compared to my 14 Pro Max and my Galaxy S23 Ultra. The second con is truly personal preference, but I think that stock Android on the 7 Pro can get pretty boring at times. Whenever I'm coming from my Galaxy S23 Ultra, something that I noticed was that my Pixel was lacking in those special features that truly made it stand out. There was no equivalent to Samsung DeX, the customization and widgets were lackluster, there were things like the Google Home bar that I couldn't really get rid of, and despite it being smooth, whenever it's compared to other Androids, it's pretty bland in general. But again, this is personal preference. And now the final con that I had with my Pixel 7 Pro is that it was damn near impossible to use without a case. And don't get me wrong, it's very comfortable, but there are times when the glossy material will get you. It's very slippery, and again, you're much better off with a case. Now moving on to the camera, the Pixel 7 Pro is pretty spectacular on the spec sheet. It has a 50 megapixel main camera along with a 48 megapixel telephoto and also a 12 megapixel ultra wide that is far from a disappointment. The most notable pictures that still flatter me till this day is the selfies. The Pixel is really good with color, so it was able to capture my skin tone well. The sharpening was smooth and not too much, and the back always had a nice blur. The outside photos were pretty great as well. The vibrancy was something that truly stood out to me. Grass and other aspects of nature weren't too fabricated. Inside photos were just as good as the lighting allowed them to be. But if you can get natural light, it'll give you the same quality as the really good outside photos. Night photos are okay. The software lightened up the photo, but the quality couldn't really compare to the 14 Pro Max or the S23 Ultra. But the selfies were still pretty good, especially for my skin tone. And now looking at videos, the 7 Pro was able to shoot up to 4K and up to 60 frames per second, and I was impressed all the way through. The colors were sharp, there wasn't any loudness in the background, and the stabilization was really good. So if you're someone who wants to shoot content or you want to film things such as sporting events and recreational play, the 7 Pro is more than capable of handling it. And also, here's some extra videos that I got with my Pixel 7 Pro. And alright you guys, that's it for my review on the Pixel 7 Pro. It's a beautiful phone that isn't perfect and really isn't the best phone out, but it really implemented Google as a top tier hardware company that can compete with the likes of Apple and Samsung. Also, I've been really impressed with how many Pixels I've been seeing out in the open, so I'm really glad to know that I and many people out there are genuinely interested in a company that's pretty much proven themselves. And in my opinion, within smartphones, this is the beginning of true competition in the US. And let me know down in the comments, do you guys think that Google can make a phone that's undeniably the best? Let me know. And again, I want to thank you guys for viewing today's video, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace.